Ooh, I've got a few goodies for you today, including this. Ooh, let's play around, shall we? Let's remove this for now. Wait. Okay. Welcome back. I am super excited today for a few reasons. First and foremost is that we got sent a box of goodies from our good friends at Ohuhu, and I am super excited to try these new markers out. So that's number one. Number two is that, it's May. That means the time has come to draw mermaids. So my plan today is to open this box, swatch our colors, see what we're working with. We're gonna do some experimenting, some doodling, and then end with a mermaid drawing of some kind. Duh. I am a person who really enjoys new things. It was very hard not to slice open this puppy and get a good peek at what we're working with. This box contains alcohol markers. It is the Honolulu Plus series, which I'm very excited because, first of all, this is a very cute bag. This is the first time that I've seen them have a nice white leather bag, so that's happy. I don't know, maybe I'm just easily amused, whatever. Anyway, they are alcohol markers, very similar to the ones that I have, since the ones that I have are Ohuhu. But these ones have better nibs, apparently. More similar to Copic, which I have never owned as an artist because, woof, I cannot even wrap my brain around paying $7 to $9 for a marker. I know some people do, and it works for them, and it's great. I just have a really hard time. That's hard. I want to compare maybe blending how these markers differ from the ones that I have, which are like the old tips, and then we'll use these to do our little illustration. Yeah. Okay, are we ready? Hey, look at there. They're beautiful markers. Okay. The only thing that I don't like about bags like this is that I can never get them to just stay open unless I like turn it inside out somehow, and that's not the cutest way to be having your marker bag. Even then, it's just like a little hat. So we've got a transparent thing. And most, I think actually all Ohuhu markers come with this so that it doesn't bleed in between your pages. However, I have bleed-proof marker paper, so don't need it. Also comes with its own little color swatch little guy, which we'll fill out and also swatch on our paper. And a little booklet to tell you about things. Should we just dump it? Does it say pro on here? Ooh, it does. And it is a fancy thing. Okay, I'll just, yep. Whenever I'm doing art, if it's not chaos, it's not fun. All right, Ohuhu sent me the 36 marker set, and I've already said I'm excited like 17 times, so do I just start swatching? Is that what we do? Hi, hello, how are you guys? Gosh, I just feel like I'm all over the place. I'm actually second guessing even swatching on this swatch sheet. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna swatch on my marker paper because that's what we're gonna use, not whatever paper they included. So, okay. I'm also curious to know if we have any duplicates with our other markers, and that would be a perfect comparison if we do. So I guess we'll find out. You guys don't even really need to see this part, but gonna show you anyway. This is my swatch sheet that I have going for all of my current Ohuhu markers. I have them in groups of like reds and purples, blues and greens, yellows and browns, and then grays. So that's how I'm going to swatch it, and look out for any little duplicates that we might have. Okay, so right off the bat, I do have this marker in my other markers. It's called Lemon Chiffon. And in my old markers, I also have a Lemon Chiffon, but it's Y030. Very interesting. I don't know. I mean, they look the same. Let's look at the nib. I hope you guys can see that comparison. So the top one is the new brush pen, and then the bottom one is the old one. And you can definitely tell that it is shaped more like a Copic marker. Looks like the color is even brighter too, which I don't know if it's just because my marker is old or dirty. It can be a couple of different things, but there you go. That's the difference that I could see, at least until we use them. Oh, that feels quite different. Actually, I might have a little bit of a learning curve with this guy. It's a lot more structured than the other ones. And so that is the first thing that I notice, which is a good thing for control and blending. So that's fine. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm going to be doing the swatch sheet too. So indecisive. Some of these colors sound delicious. Lemon chiffon, butter, creamy peach, raspberry jam. It just sounds like I want to eat it. Nom, nom, nom. Did a little oopsie on this swatch. I read my numbers wrong. Whoops. This one's called Process Blue. I don't know what that means. Running out of room for my greens. Got some grays in here too, so we like that. And the rest of these are just gray. Let's get that done pretty quickly. Nice! There's all our swatches. Done. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I could try to put these back in here in some sort of order. Am I doing too much? Probably, but I want to. The good thing is that this comes with a good variety of colors, I feel like. I don't think that I feel, no, not that I don't think. I know that I don't feel limited whatsoever. And they gave us a nice array of grays and stuff too. Here we go. Finally cracking open this bad boy. Oh, and seeing if I have any other duplicates, I guess. I know I don't have butter. No? Yeah, we do have a marigold, same thing. No creamy peach. I feel like I would remember that. It looks like the only dupes we have are these three and a couple grays. So I'll just stick with these to try out the blending and see where we get. As far as testing goes anyway. I got a little sheet here of our good marker paper. Let me grab out these real quick. Nice. Colors are very similar, if not the same, just different numbers for some reason. Let's go ahead and put on here a Hoo Original. I think that'll be a good. And I'm gonna do Lemon Chiffon to Melon Yellow to Marigold. Yeah. Put our Marigold on the other side. Then our sweet little melon yellow right in the middle. It's not going to be hard at all to blend that into the marigold, but let's see how we do with this side. Let that dry for a little bit and then see what we think, I guess. And while that's drying, I will just put, well, new nibs / numbers, I guess, technically. All right, let's see how these do. Ooh. Right off the bat, I can tell that they are a little more precise, which is something that they said about them, but I was a little skeptical, to be honest. I can make much sharper lines with these nibs, so that's exciting. Ooh, that marigold is very bright. Well, there you go. There is a comparison. These colors, well, specifically the marigold, is quite brighter than the old marigold, which I think is good because those two colors in the original are very, very close together. So it's nice to have a little bit more variation, I think. Overall, I'm happy with both of the blends. I don't think that would be a big deal to me. It looks like the price point is a little higher for these nibs. And so I guess if you're used to Copic, it would be a really good switch, I would assume. As for me, I like both. I just really love how Ohuhu is. So I think I would be just fine with either one, although these new nibs are fun to play with. Okay, is it sketchbook time? I think it might be. So like I said, it's May, and typically, okay, look, I have completed one MERMAY, and this year, I think I do want to try to complete MERMAY, but in a way that works for me. So, for example, by the time you are seeing this, it is going to be May 3rd, and that means 3 days of MERMAY have come and gone, and I want to take those 3 prompts and put them into one illustration formation. I think that that will be better for my brain and not feeling so overwhelmed. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I am going to be using the official MERMAY prompt list just for ease. You can obviously use any MERMAY prompt list that you want, but this is the one that we're going to be following. So for May 1st, we have the word mirror. May 2nd is cosmic. And May 3rd is freaking hair. Okay. I left some room, so maybe we can doodle a few things or jot down some ideas. For mirror, the first thing I think of is like a handheld mirror that you normally see in like Disney movies and stuff like that. Also, vanity mirror would be good. If we wanted to be fancy, it could be like a magic mirror where it's like double-sided. And I'm thinking this type of setup if we went to go that way. I'm thinking like, here's the mirror. She is like coming through the mirror, and this half under here where her tail is, just looks like a worm with a tail. This half of the mirror down here can be the sea, so like coral and like little fishies and stuff. And then this side, the top side of the mirror, we could do space and things, kind of bring in that cosmic thing. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? And she's popping in it like, oh my gosh, look at this crazy thing that I found, right? Okay. Oh, also she could have some hair, I guess. If we go with the handheld one, kind of the same thought-ish. I'm thinking like we could do the sea is like halfway, maybe even up a little bit further, and have like a rock of some sort that you can see through here. And then she could be propping herself up on the rock like this with her tail underneath, and she could just be like absent-mindedly looking at a mirror. But I'm thinking that the underneath part here is the space part, so it's the sea, but underneath is not the sea, it's space. I know that I put these doodles up here with the mirror, but really it's ideas for all three. If we went with the vanity idea, we could, let's see, have this really pretty mirror here, and she's sitting in front of it. Whatever, you guys get the point. Sitting on a rock, craggy rock walls, I don't know. But then in the mirror, maybe looking back at her, that's where the cosmic comes in. I don't know. I don't know how to make that interesting other than just putting the space in the mirror. You know what I mean? Meh. Last idea that I have is for the handheld mirror. We could have her sitting on what looks like to be a seascape. So like little plants and foliage and stuff, sea stars on the ground. But little do you know that it's actually not the sea. This is an alien planet. These are actual stars on the ground. We can put stars up here. And then we can have her maybe checking herself out in the mirror. And then maybe we can make her mermaid form cosmic-y. I don't know. Make her tail like galaxy-y maybe. Gradient from dark to light. Yeah, I like that one too. Now that I'm looking at this one, this seems too much like a portal instead of a mirror. So let's not do that one. We'll do one of these. Maybe a mix. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I guess I just gotta draw it bigger. Right? I think I decided. I think I want to do this idea. So I think I do want to do the halfway water sea nightscape thing. Do like darker colors down here and then like yellows and stuff up here, kind of simulating like day and night. I don't know. I think it could be kind of cool. That's what I want to try to do. So I went ahead and put our little swatch sheet here and also got our sketching paper out so that we can mimic this. And figure out our colors, obviously. But first things first, let's do the sketch because we're going to be doing it on marker paper. So I don't want to swatch on here and then put it over here because then maybe I won't like the colors and then it's like a whole thing. And I also haven't figured out like her accessories and stuff. But I think if we get the general mermaid shape down, then we can kind of pinpoint what we want to include, you know? To get this rock formation in here without it looking like a turd. This tail swishing like this. this. And then I want her to be like draped over this rock. Let's see. In the sketch, I had this arm outstretched, just a wee bit bent, more relaxed. Seems a bit better. And I wanted this hand to be like over her arm. That maybe? We'll see. Let's go ahead and get the head on there at least. Should probably do the rest of the body too, huh? Dang! I'm just getting super sidetracked, which is fine because it's all art, so it's, you know, whatever. I was gonna give her like just normal humanoid ears, but if I can make them kind of cool looking, why not, you know? I'm just gonna draw my typical elf ears, but we might, you know, make them look kind of mermaidy, I guess. We'll see how we're feeling. I'm trying to figure out how swishy I want the hair to be, but I don't want it to take up most of the focus, you know? So, I mean, I guess it is one of our prompts, so it would make sense. While we're doing this, I can tell you guys something really exciting, and I can share a little tiny snippet video. So we were in the backyard digging up this spot over here. We had a post here that we were just trying to get rid of, and underneath that, we found all of this. That's clay. It's stinking clay. Pure clay from our yard. Right now, it is sitting in these buckets, purifying. You can see where the water and the clay is actually separated. And so we have to dump that water off. It's like a whole thing. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully, after a minute, we will have our own clay harvested from our backyard that we can do something with. And I really want to share it with you guys. So I'm hoping that it turns out okay. Art supply store, who? And I think I'm just gonna do the mirror in like a gold, but I do want it to have some sort of prettiness at the top. So I'm just gonna put a couple little swoopies. If all else fails, add swoops and then it's beautiful. I imagine that this is probably the first time that she is seeing herself. So that's why I put like a little cute surprised face on her. I also moved this arm because the placement seemed a little weird, and I'll probably have to move this mirror actually now that I'm looking at it. Try to figure that out. Okay, yeah, I think that is a perfect start. I pulled out some colors, I swatched them down here, and I think these are all the ones that I want to work with this. I think I'm going to keep her primarily green. The blues are going to go in the space stuff, and then this will be for like the sun and the sky, I think. Yeah. I'm going to lighten our sketch, and then we'll get to coloring and see how it comes out. Hopefully that's good enough. Gray wise, I think I'm going to start with the slate gray. I'm going to do a little bit of underpainting, I think. Here we go. Kind of debating whether or not I do a first pass of everything down here with the slate gray, because I do want it to be darker down here. I might. Let's see. Just at the very bottom though. And then we can just transition it to being the shadows. For the rest, I think I'll use oyster gray. And that kind of fits the theme, does it not? Okay, yeah, I think that is sufficiently cursed looking. Color time! I think I might want to do the space scene first. For now, it's just going to be darker colors down here with the blues and greens. And then the finishing touches will be adding like the cute stars and all the spacey bits. Yeah. That's not very spacey, that's very seaweedy. All right, let me put our lightest blue. Actually, I didn't get out the Arctic blue, but I think that that needs to be on top here. Kind of as like the little barrier between. Yeah, I think that's nice. I am gonna have to color her stuff before I can do the sea though, because we want to put the blue on top. We'll make her this desaturated green. And if you're sitting there asking yourself, why did she make her green? Well, I ask you, why not? No rhyme or reason as to why I made her the mermaid version of Fiona, but here she is. Now, as far as hair goes, I hadn't really thought that through. So I think I'm gonna go with one of the bright blues down here. See it? Beep, beep, beep. I think, ooh, I'm thinking this super bright blue. I mean, let's just do it, you know? That'll be a good. I mean, that's very bright blue. But if the prompt is hair, that is definitely some interesting hair. Okay, so I've been working on this for a minute and I got the dark to whatever down. I'm wondering why I even bothered doing anything down here, including the tail. It is what it is. I think now, really, the only thing that I need to focus on is, and well, as I continue to work on the rocks and things, is the top half. Really, my only goal was to make this part down here look dark and watery, which I think looks just fine. Now, as far as the background goes, I think I'm gonna start with our darkest yellow for the sun and go around it, because it's usually, wait, isn't it the brightest in the middle usually? Yeah. And then the orange for the sky. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. This is what happens whenever you do art with no plan. And hopefully whenever that dries, that'll look cool. Let's just do the orange then, yeah. Now my next question is, would it be too much to take this color and make kind of like a sunset? I kind of feel like it would be, but also I'm uncapping my marker and my brain tells me to do it, so I'm gonna. Makes this color a little more red than pink, but guess what? That makes sense because we're putting it on top of orange. It'll give us a little bit of variation, I think. Yeah, I think I like that. That is all of our colors down, and now it's just time for the lining and the finishing touches, and then we'll be done. The more I did, the more I think I just am going to leave the under the surface stuff kind of cloudy and moody like that. I kind of like it. So now I'm just gonna get out my white gel pen and my gold gel pen, and we're gonna make this spicy. Beep beep. Okie dokie, artichokes, it is all done. Here is our final spread for Mermaid 2025 for the first 3 days, Mirror Cosmic and Hair, using these lovely Ohuhu markers. Thank you so much to Ohuhu for sending me this lovely bag of goodies to try out. It was absolutely a blast to use these. If you would like to get a set of your own, you can order them off of ohuhu.com or Amazon and use promo code SIREN+10 and you'll get a 10% off discount of your total purchase. Pretty cool. Here is the finished piece, all done. I really love how vibrant the colors turned out. She turned out super duper cute. I really like the depth of the bottom too. Yeah, not much negative to say about it, except for she looks like she could be related to Shrek. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today while we did this complete spread for MERMAY. I had a blast. I hope you did too. If you doodled along, please post your creations on social media and tag me. You can find me here on Instagram and here on Blue Sky. I would absolutely love to see anything you create. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. And until I see you next week, don't forget to be kind to yourself. Bye!